Hey everyone, Billy Carson here, Forbidden Knowledge. Welcome to the Forbidden Knowledge Podcast. Today I have a very special guest. That's why this is a very special podcast release. I have its normal Thursday time. I have a guest who I've been following him for a very, very long time. Decades, long before the internet even existed. His name is Reggie Noble, but you may know him as Redman. He's an American MC, rapper, DJ, record producer, and actor. He came to fame in the early 1990s as an artist on the Def Jam label, and in 1990, the Funk Doctor made his world debut with the EPMD album Business as Usual. Appearing on tracks Hardcore and Brothers on My Job, he is also known for his collaborations with Method Man, including their starring roles in films and sitcoms. And he was also a member of the Def Squad in the late 1990s. For the past 2 decades, Redman brought you some classic albums and some of the most energetic stage performances the world over. A general and a veteran in the game, he looks and feels better than ever before. And now he's starring in Power Book 2 on Stars. Welcome, Redman. All right, so Redman, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, Billy Carson?
Man, your voice is classic, man. Anybody can identify that voice on any cartoon, any TV show. They don't have to see your face, man. That's what's so classic about that voice you got.
Yo, it's funny you say that because, because I walk around with my mask on. This is my mask.
Right.
And I have my up here. And I'll be in a store, bro.
Yeah.
And a person come up to me like, if I'm like talking to the lady that's ringing up my food or whatever I'm getting, somebody would tap me on the shoulder like, I knew that was you. I could tell by your voice. And then I'm still up like this.
Right.
Me like this. And they're like, I knew it was you from your voice. And I never believed I had a distinctive voice until like, a couple of my friends told me, and I started noticing it more in the public, because we was driven to wear a mask and all that,
Right, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, that voice part of what makes a person become special, especially like in your field, is that voice. It's something that's unique that kind of really just stands out above the others. So you can always distinctively, you can pull it out of a crowd. You like when you speak, your voice is always going to be heard, which is powerful, man.
That's right. That's right. That is what makes us different, especially with us in the 90s. We had to have a different look. We had to have different beliefs. We had to have a different sound, different sonics.
Right.
Like no one can sound like me. No one can sound like Meth. No one can sound like Buster. No one can sound like 50. No one can sound like Eminem. No one can sound like, Little Kim. Little MC Light, So it was about being a superhero with your own distinctive quality. Especially in the 90s and 80s.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's go back a little bit. Let's talk about the early years. Like when you grew up in Newark initially, right?
Yes, sir.
Newark, New Jersey. That's a high crime rate area, man.
Yes, sir. But we brought the crime rate down because of our mayor, Ras Barak, and he's been doing a great job of making sure the people are safe and safety on the streets. And our city is like a chocolate city. Like if you even listen to any George Clinton old records, he mentioned the chocolate cities. Newark is one of them. And I can honestly say, like, from everyone to our mayor to our chief of police, have came from Newark, from the streets of Newark. Like, not just saying that, they came actually off the streets of Newark where they would know the top gangster dude to go converse with them and bring peace.
Nice.
And because what happens is, you have these inner cities where you have police guys that's been signed on to police the area that's not from the area. You can't police Newark, New Jersey from a white town.
Right.
And expect to have order the right way like you want it. You have to really be in the essence of it and know the streets and know the people. So I can honestly say our mayor in charge, Ras Barak, with the help of my boy Dupre Kelly, who will be the first artist to ever win a political position
Wow.
From a rap artist. My boy from Lord City Underground. I'm sure you heard of them.
Yeah.
My boy is running for councilman of our ward, and I'm part of his committee. And we've been putting in work in our community for the last 12 to 15 years. And now he's finally running for a councilman of the West Ward. And he will win May 10th.
Yeah.
And he will be the first rap artist to ever win a political position. So we're making history.
That's huge, man. That's huge.
Yes.
Sometimes I talk about this when I'm, talking about how are we going to be able to change systems. We have to infiltrate them.
Yes.
You have to have the conscious when you're on the outside, like, okay, this system is not working properly. And then you got to say, well, instead of, kicking my feet up and watching the world burn, how can I get involved? How can I make some change from the inside out? And so that's dope, man. That's amazing. That's exactly what needs to be done.
That's right. You got to put people on the inside. That we want to implement a blueprint to everyone out there. Like, instead of just trying to work for the profit, start working for the purpose if you want to help the community. And with a guy like my boy Do It All, Dupre Kelly, look him up, research him. He's been in the rap game since I've been in the rap game. So it's not about the money. First of all, is really dedicated to the structure of our community, especially when it comes to social equity and everything. So we about like the education. Really, we actually want to see where the money is going. We actually get a chance to see where that money is actually going.
Exactly.
And
that's important.
About is where's that money actually going? So we're going to make change.
That's going to be great, man. I'm looking forward to following up on that.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Definitely, man. When you were younger and growing up in Newark, how was life for you? Were you was it easy and smooth, or did you come and hit a couple of hard bumps?
Fuck no, it was hard all the way until I got grown. Anybody know growing up in Newark, New Jersey?
Yeah.
Especially at the end of the 70s and 80s, especially in the 80s, like my area, my hood was full of brothers.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how you have a neighborhood so full of brothers till when some girls move around the way, all of them start acting a fool, trying to be the ones to be my hood was full of brothers. And I can honestly say I was the most lightest guy out my neighborhood.
Wow.
So I had to really fight a lot at a young age.
I believe it.
My mother wasn't having it. My pops really didn't show me how to fight. So I had to get my ass kicked a couple of times until I learned how to kick ass.
Right.
And once I learned how to kick ass, I became one of those favorites that if anybody move around the way, they would call me, let Red fight him, let Red fight him. And they didn't know that was wearing and tearing on my soul. I didn't want to fight, but I had to fight because I thought it was the thing to do. So it was rough around my way. It was poverty, definitely. And but what I can say, it was very family orientated, meaning a lot of people may not had their fathers around, but it was a lot of siblings in the house. It was sort of like the Good Time days on Good Times. It was that kind of feel. Some of the fathers was in the house and some weren't. And the ones that weren't, they had a lot of brothers and sisters to each house. I came from that area of Newark where it was more than 5 to 6 siblings in the house, in each house.
Wow.
So when we had fun doing backyard parties, playing kickball or playing football, it was a big event. If someone fought, it was a big event. It was like maybe like 30 to 40 people out there watching a fight. It was that out there. So I had to fight a lot. It wasn't easy. And my mom's I had to fight so much till my mom's locked me out the door. Because I ran home. I was like, I want to fight today. She said, lock the door on me. Get your ass out there and fight.
Wow.
So I had to learn the hard way, but I learned.
You learned, man. You learned. Yeah. I went through kind of the same thing. So I was born in Queens, New York, and then moved down to Miami. This is 1977. And I had the New York accent. I didn't have the Southern drawl. I didn't have it down yet, right? We fit until we finna, and all this other kind of stuff, And so they thought I was trying to be bougie or proper. That was the way I was raised up until that point, how to speak.
Right.
And so they wanted to fight me because I didn't speak the same. So I started getting in fights every single. I went through the same thing, getting beat up a few times first. You got to learn how to fight and defend yourself, you know. And when it goes down, everybody's there. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Everybody. So I know exactly where you're coming from on that one, man. Crazy.
Yes. That's right.
When did you think, start realizing that you had the gift for, making music and trying to rap and be an MC and everything else?
Great question. Because I try to really, show youngins and even teach my kids like my passion. How did I get into it? And I tell them, and like I'm telling you, that it started at a young age. Like I remember, matter of fact, my neighbors next door, they had over like 13 siblings in that house right next door. But one of them was a DJ, and they used to have basement parties and backyard parties all the time. And I can remember me at 11 years old when my parents put me to bed, and I used to sneak out the backyard and jump over the fence of my yard and go to their basement party right next door. Right. And I used to be down there just watching the DJs. Now, mind you, this was the day of not even a mixer was involved, like to bring the records in. They use volume knobs. They stereo components, and they turn one volume down, one volume up, one volume down, one volume up. And I used to be so amazed of just the music and the energy, people dancing in there. And then from the records that was coming out, like my moms and pops played a lot of music. Diana Ross to Nat King Cole, all through that era, they played it. I was a fan of that. The Jackson 5. I was tuned in heavy at a young age, but it all started with me wanting to DJ. And I remember when I heard the Grandmaster Flash record, when he was cutting, I forgot the Grandmaster. It was I suck right now. Grandmaster Flash, when he did nothing but cuts, and all DJs know what I'm talking about. And when I first heard that record, I was like, "Oh my God, this is incredible!" The energy. So I was much more attracted to the energy and the way music made me feel, and how it made people feel. So I already knew right off the bat at 10 years old, I wanted to do this. Then I started spitting bars at like maybe 15 or 16. Now I tell this story I want to tell this story very clear to the youth and everyone that's listening. All right. At 16 and 15, maybe 17, I was heavy into music then. I done moved on and got my own DJ equipment, saved my money. I was selling drugs. So I was able to buy my own, not yet. No, let me correct myself. I wasn't selling drugs yet. Because it was at 16 where I asked my mother, I said, Ma, if you buy me these turntables, I will never in my life ask you for another dime. I swear. And that's a strong statement to be mentioning at 16 years old. So she thought about it because she knew I was very dedicated into what I was doing in the craft of music. Yeah. And the turntables was only like maybe like $400, $200 a piece. Yeah. But back then in the 80s,
that's a lot of money.
86, that's a lot of money. You might as well said $6,000.
Hell yeah.
So it took like maybe 7 to 8 months after me begging. She said, "You know what? I'm gonna buy these turntables, and when I do, you better never ask me for a dime again." I said, "I won't." She bought me those turntables, bro, and I went in so heavy till I was like, all right, I'm started DJing. I'm making money now. I'm in the streets more. I'm selling drugs. I'm buying records. I'm buying anything I want. I got the style. I got jewels from me selling weed and selling coke. Now I'm a DJing at different parties. I'm in the groove of shit. I'm in the groove. Until this day, I have never asked my mother for a dime since 16 years old because I was that dedicated to music. And then like the story is crazy. I don't think you're ready for this. Then I heard EPMD, which
oh man, goodness.
Cash Me Dollars. They was one of my favorite duo groups.
Mm-hmm.
I heard them when I first heard them. I said, "Oh,
yeah."
My sister room didn't have a door. Me and my sister, her room was there, my room was here. And you know, when you in the hood, only thing that separates y'all room was a curtain. So I
little curtain. That's it.
Back. I pulled the curtain back. I told her, I said, "Yo, do you hear this?
Yeah.
EPMD?" I said, "Yo, I'm gonna rap. I'm gonna do this. Let me be your DJ. You start writing, I write your rhymes." I said, "I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get in the game." I told her right then and there. I said, "I'm gonna get in the game," and she didn't believe me. Later on, down the line, I could run into EPMD.
Damn, manifestation.
Club. They wasn't even supposed to be there. MC Light was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
I wasn't even going out to the club that night. My boys was like, "Yo, we going to the club to see MC Light, but I think she canceled, so EPMD going to be there." And I'm like, "All right, cool. All right," and we go there, and my boy had asked us to go see EPMD in the back room.
Wow.
And I'm a DJ with a couple of rhymes, Bill.
Yeah.
A couple of rhymes, and my boys was back there spitting their rhymes because that's what they came to do. They came to get on with EPMD. Yeah. So they spit their rhymes.
Right.
And then my boy said, because I was DJing for my boy. Matter of fact, my boy from Lords of the Underground, who's running for councilman.
Wow.
I was DJing for him at the time. And see how it all comes full circle. And he said, "My DJ rap."
Wow.
And I was like, no. I was shocked. and EPMD, Eric Sermon from EPMD, he was like, "Yo, go ahead, kick a bar." I was like, no. So they kept talking, and he just said, "You know what? Let me hear something from you," because it was something about he pressed me. I was like, let me hear something. Let me just hear that one rhyme.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, and I started off spitting. I was like, I said something like, "I sting like the rock group," and I had punchlines that they really never heard.
Wow.
They brought me on stage that night.
Damn.
In my hood at a club.
Wow.
They said, "Yo," after I spit my bars, they said, "This is our new artist." What's your name?
Oh.
What's your name? Redman. And this is our new artist, Redman. Y'all look out for him.
Wow.
And everybody in the audience was like this.
Oh, man.
It was like, that was just in here with us just now. And Carson, but it goes on. This is how God works for me.
Yeah.
So my boys that brought me back there, right?
Right.
Because I'm a loyal dude. I'm loyal, and sometimes they can bite me in the ass, but I'm very loyal, and I'm very loyal to people that help me, and whatever they do for me, I try to return a favor.
Yeah, man.
So we went back to the dressing room after the stage.
Yeah.
And there wasn't no cell phones, so Eric Sermon wrote his number down. And for some reason, the Holy Spirit was like, "Yo, listen, he's about to give the number to your boy."
Yeah.
As he was passing the number, just like this. Where's my? Okay. As he was passing the number, just like this, Carson, I looked at that little paper.
Yeah.
And I memorized 7 numbers. It was gone. I had like a 1 second window.
Wow.
Because for some reason, I was just like, I can't let this opportunity pass for nobody. So I gave my boy the courtesy. Yo, listen, you got his number. He said he's f***ing with us.
Right.
Yo, I gave him a courtesy of like 2-3 weeks before I even disturbed him about it. Like, okay, yo, did you call E?
Yeah.
Not yet. All right, I waited another week. Did you call E? No, I tried, but he's not home. And then I waited another couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And then another couple of weeks until he finally said, "Yo, I lost the number."
Oh. Hey everyone, it's Billy Carson, aka Forbidden Knowledge. A lot of people have been asking, when am I going to come back to London? Last year was amazing, and this year is going to be even better. I'll be there Tuesday, August 22nd at 5:30 p.m. at the Kindred Hammersmith. Please don't miss this amazing event. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you and talking to you once again and dropping the knowledge. I'll be there with Elizabeth Hoekstra. We'll be talking about biohacking. And of course, I'll be bringing the metaphysical and astrophysical knowledge. It's going to be an amazing night to remember. I'll be there again with Jimmy Church this time as well. We'll be going over the ancient Kemetic principles, something you definitely don't want to miss. So make sure you click that link in my bio or in the caption of this video and come out to London and see me at the Kindred Hammersmith, Tuesday, August 22nd at 5:30 p.m. sharp. We're going to get the party started. It's going to be an amazing night to remember, and I can't wait to see you in London.
I said that night that I memorized the number off that piece of paper being passed, I wrote it down.
Oh man.
And I found out the area code, just different area codes, 516-631, because it was a Long Island number. So I was like, because I knew that was going to happen. I knew something funny was going to happen. I wrote that number down and I called, nothing. Then I called and his mother and sister pick up. Eric Sermon, he's on tour right now. I was like, yes. So I called again. Then a couple of months later, I finally got in touch with E. He was like, yo, I've been waiting for you to call. And I was literally on the phone like, yo, I was just trying to call you, man. I'm so happy I was damn near crying. Like, I was trying to call you. My boy lost the number. I'm just so happy I called you. So, long story short, I got kicked out my pop's house for selling drugs. I got kicked out my mom's house for selling drugs.
Wow.
And I had nowhere to go. Eric from EPMD told me I could come live with him. I've been on tour ever since I was 20 years old. So I'm definitely a hip hop baby. I was born in this industry. And that long ass story was to let people know to put it in the universe, believe it. Always go for the purpose, not the profit, because I love music so much till I didn't think about anything else. When you wake up and you can't think about nothing else, but that goal or that particular activity or something you want to do, follow it.
Yeah, that's powerful, man. That's a powerful, powerful story because it has so many intricate moments that still lead to the same manifestation, to the same law of attraction. You know what I'm saying? Like you hear this.
I'm sorry it was so long, but I had to let y'all know how the dots connected because it's such a blessing.
Right.
It is such a blessing.
Yeah. Now that's incredible because you hear it on the radio, right? You telling your sister, hey, look, we got to get in this game. The next thing you know, you running into these cats for real. Now you got this number memorized in your brain, in the dome. Now you write it down. Then you wait out of respect, and you call that number. You track down the right area code. Now you in the game. You know? I mean, come on, man. But you see what it shows me, too, is it proves something that I try to tell people all the time. It's that not only do you want to have a dream and a goal and a mission, but you have to put action behind it. You see? Because, you had the big dream in music. You want to be in the game. You said it to your sister and everything else. But at the same time, it took action. You had to look at those numbers. You had to actually make the phone call. You had to track down the right area code, make the phone call. Right. But even before that, you had to actually, when he talked to you, you know, he said, give me some verses, drop a bar. You had to drop a bar. You know, then you had to go out on stage and throw away all the fear, all the anxiety, and you had to perform on the spot like that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's how it is.
I did such a good job. They was like, yo, we want to with you.
Yeah. Amazing. I had a similar situation with how I started getting on TV. It was an interview to talk about potentially being on a future show. And the owner of that TV network said, just go, there's a lady out here who produced a TV series for Ancient Aliens. She just wants to ask you a few questions and see if, you know, you'd be right for one of our shows. I'm like, okay. She asked me about 3 pages of questions, about close to 200 questions on camera. They mic'd me up and everything. I said, this is one hell of an interview. I've never been in an interview like this. Next thing I know, they said, okay, cut. We're going to use all this in the next 3 seasons of Deep Space. And I was like, what?
Wow.
Yeah, that was it. It was like, you on. That was it. That was my freestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
They wanted to make sure I wasn't a Google cut and paste guy. That I really have the knowledge in my head. You know what I mean?
Right. You're a very knowledgeable brother. At the end of the day, brother, I'm tuned in. So at the end of the day, we're saying, ladies and gentlemen, me and Billy are saying, because I even learned this from my pastor, Mike Todd, Transformation Nation Church, man. I follow him, even though it's in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But, you know, you got to seed, sow, time, work, harvest. You got to plant the seed, sow it. You got to put the time in. You got to work it. then you get the harvest.
Yeah.
You got to put it in fruition. You got to put it in the universe.
Yeah,
your words,
absolutely.
like you said, is very strong and powerful.
Yeah, very powerful. Real quick, also, just touch a little bit on how did the acting part come in? Because, man, you've now become a great actor. I mean, I remember the very first time you got on, you know, and did a little acting, a couple cameos here and there and so forth. But then now you really developed into what I consider, man, a premium grade A actor. How did you get into this acting?
You know what? Honestly, it's natural. We was put on the spot really for our first movie, How High. The network didn't ask if we took acting classes or anything. They just said, yo, we are shooting this day. And when we got there and when it was time to shoot, they just said action. They didn't give us no preparation, no notes. And me and Meth looked at each other like, yo, this is really going down.
Wow.
They said action. We gotta, and we just go right into it. It's like acting, you know, acting is like once you, first of all, everything takes steps. Everything takes a quality to learn about it. Like you just can't just jump up and just start rapping. You got to learn the essence of it, where it came from, different intricacies of it, of any job. I respect any job, even a stripper. You just can't get up there, get on a pole and call yourself a stripper. Strippers been in the game. Some strippers been in the game for the longest. They know how to work the pole and the audience and to get what they need to get from their audience, just like us. Acting, it kind of just fell in our lap from us being natural, who we are, because everything about acting is your truth, your inner truth. And this is what I'm learning now, because I'm taking acting class at TSAW. That stands for Tasha Smith. Everyone knows Tasha Smith. She's directed the BMF series for 50 Cent, and she played in many movies. Look her up, Tasha Smith. She has an excellent acting class right now, and it's online. So I would definitely venture into that if anyone is looking to act. But I just started taking this class because I want to be more behind the camera. I want to direct. So in order to direct, you got to know what you want from your actors. So me falling into acting was just like someone dropped us in a bucket and said, hey, act. And we just figured out, like, okay, what would we do playing ourselves? Because when you're playing yourself in a movie, it's not really too much acting you have to do.
It's a lot easier.
You just got to turn on your personality. But in order to play a different character besides yourself, that's when the skill and the techniques you need to learn come in. And if you also want to learn more about the deeper depths of acting, read the 12-Step book by Ivana Chubbuck. Do I have that book down here? No. But read the 12-Step book by Ivana Chubbuck, and that'll help you out a lot. Because acting is very serious. It's also therapy. If you don't have your inner truth, if you're not true within, it shows on camera. It really shows on camera. So now that I'm learning that, I'm taking acting more serious now. But how I started acting, it just, music opened doors to other, you know, I would say music opened doors to other things you can do. Like as far as doing commercials, acting, directing, doing other projects, movie projects, soundtracks for movies. It opened so many doors. So it was just like a drop in the bucket, Bill.
Nice, man. That's amazing. That's beautiful. And now you're on Power Book too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I saw it, man. Listen. I can't wait to see if they continue on the writers. Boy, these writers, you don't know who they're gonna kill next, but I can't wait to see if this progresses into another season, because I like the you and Method Man that play off each other, what you guys got going on there. I just can't wait to see how, because in my brain I could twist that story all kind of ways it can end up. So it's pretty interesting.
Well, I don't want to bust nobody bubble on that right now, Bill, but here's the thing. I'm like, they're shooting the next season right now. And I'm written in the next season. But Lionsgate, which Power is under,
Mm-hmm.
they're mandating everyone to have the vaccine shot.
Oh no.
On there. And I'm not ready for that, for power. So I don't know. They might just say I died in jail or something. Y'all are first to hear it or something, but I'm not ready to mandate my soul and my body and what I believe in to be on power right now.
Right.
So y'all might not see me in the next season, which I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I had a chance to, play with my brother up on the first, the second season, and I'm good with that. I'm fine. But just to let y'all know, if y'all don't see me in the new season, that means I will not sacrifice my my body for the vaccine just to be on power.
Respect, man. Stand up for what you believe in. It's your vessel. It's your temple. It's your temple, not their temple. Right. Your temple. Absolutely. Right. And there are some inherent risks in there that people just don't want to acknowledge, but the risks are there. So, that's powerful stuff, man. You got to respect the man that stands up for himself and for what he believes is his own truth.
Big facts. Big facts.
Absolutely, man. So, what is next for Redman? What you got coming up next?
I got so many things going on right now. First of all, I'm in transformation with myself right now. I had to really just concentrate on getting my soul right.
Yeah.
When like I told you earlier, I was on tour since 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I done seen so much shit at an early age till I didn't grow up as a normal, person would, far as learning about different overcoming I didn't learn about overcoming a lot of obstacles. Once you in the game, hip hop game, you're making money, fast life, winning. I didn't know how to take a loss really.
Gotcha.
I didn't know my perception of love and respect for women and relationship was tainted.
Okay.
So the last couple of years, I've been really spending getting my soul together.
Nice.
Stop feeding my flesh.
Yeah.
Really just tuning into to what I'm about, really. And everything that I'm doing now is mainly for purpose. I wanted more purpose in my life. I was always chasing money, chasing a job, moving this, moving around, and I wasn't moving with real purpose. So now everything that I'm doing now, like for example, helping my boy Do It All, do Pray Kelly, going to counseling, that's purpose. There's no money I'm getting out of it. Actually, I'm spending money to help the campaign.
Okay.
Purpose. Taking this acting class. Purpose, so I can help direct more movies with content to help people.
Hey everybody, it's Billy Carson, also known as Forbidden Knowledge. I want to talk to you about a very special event coming up July 30th, 2023, the Forbidden Conscious Awards. We're going to honor people who have been contributing to the conscious community for decades. People that you know and love that have helped you get to higher levels of thought and consciousness and awareness. It's going to be a live in-person event, but seats are going to sell out very fast. You want to make sure you're there in person, and guess what? You can help vote for the winners. Voting is available on forbiddenknowledge.com, and the categories are going to be social media influencer, podcast/radio host, TV host, actor, director, producer, entrepreneurs, health and wellness, philanthropists, authors, field researchers, archaeologists, space anomaly hunters, and of course, a Lifetime Achievement Award. I'll be your keynote speaker that night at the Forbidden Conscious Awards. We have celebrity guests performing. We'll have a halftime show where we're actually going to perform music for you. And don't forget about the pre-event mixer, where if you buy a box seat, you'll be in the VIP section, and you also have private access to a VIP mixer with celebrity guests, shake hands, break bread, network, and then walk the red carpet with us and take amazing photos. It's going to be a night to remember. You don't want to forget this. Make sure you hurry up and get your tickets because they're selling out very fast. I want to see you there. Forbidden Conscious Awards 2023. Yeah.
I am co-founder of the first of its own, made history again, National Cannabis Party, meaning you have the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, and now you have the first FEC-approved National Cannabis Party. I am co-founder of that, and we can actually put a president in the seat.
Wow.
And please look us up, www.nationalcannabisparty.org. And what we're about is the fabric and the structure of the cannabis industry.
Okay.
We're about social equity and equalities. We're about tapping into the areas and communities that's been affected by WOD, war on drugs. We want to implement effective expungement clinics. Those that have been incarcerated for cannabis, we want to get everyone out. There's no reason that anyone should be incarcerated still when it's decriminalized and and it's legalized.
Yeah, exactly.
And besides that, we wanted to promote education. We want people to learn about the cannabis plant. We want people to know about the social injustice in getting a license between black and white and brown, because it's a lot of it.
Yeah.
And we don't really have that umbrella that us as a cannabis industry can talk about it. Because like the Republicans and the Democrats, you can get together as a unit and you can discuss y'all matters that's going on in your community, and y'all can take that to the White House for change. All right. The cannabis industry don't have that. So we want to be those people. And one day you got to have my president on there, which she's younger than me, but she's my sister and sister of color. And she's very, very intricate, very knowledgeable. And she's our president. You got to have her on one day.
Please. Yeah.
That's what we're about. We're about this. We're about the structure and the fabric of the cannabis industry. And that's one thing I'm working on as well. That is mainly for the purpose of the people. I'm not making no money off of it. I'm not getting no change off of it. I am just working for the people. So everything I'm doing right now, Billy, besides my album, Muddy Waters 2, that's banging.
Oh man,
that when it comes out. Besides the album, besides possibly working on a How High 3 with Meth, I have these things that I'm just on the gridiron, just ready to flow, ready to pop off.
Nice. Sounds like a lot of service to others, which is a huge part of mental, personal self-growth, knowledge of self. And it also generates a lot of positive karma, which is great, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's one thing I'm learning about is personal growth. Like I cannot stress people out there to really start loving themselves and putting themselves first and stop thinking for your flesh and think with your soul, and also support your here. Everybody want to get there, and that's another thing I'm learning in my sermons too on Sunday. Everyone want to get there instead of supporting here. Where you at here is what's going to really educate you to get there. And I learned to be vulnerable, be transparent, be accountable. I just learned so much. It's like, wow, I've been missing this much for the last 30 years of my life of being accountable to accept my uncomfortability, knowing that my uncomfortability is my preparation.
Yes.
I've been missing. If I would have known this, would unstoppable right now.
Right.
I always tell the youth and people that's listening to us right now, Bill, like, I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better than me.
Yeah.
So learn these little intricate things that we just explained. And if you don't know about it, read about it.
Yeah.
Read about being transparent. Read about being accountable. Learn about your vulnerability. Being vulnerable is cool. You know, people like when you're vulnerable because that way you could connect with other people in your same realm. And you always want to help people, just like we're helping you with our conversation. You got to be able to use your stories and your vulnerability and your uncomfortable and your discomfort, as a testimony to help people. So
yeah, man. Hey, this is phenomenal, man. You really have matured into a phenomenal human being, man. I want to give you your flowers now while you're still alive.
Hey.
Yeah, man. Listen, bro, I think you're a phenomenal dude, man. I like your story. I like the way you've risen into where you are right now. And then also the changes that you've made in your own life. And now the service that you're putting out there, to me, it just shows me, man. You can show everybody, like, if you're staying in the same place you was 20 years ago, then you're stagnant and you're not growing. You're a great example, man, of the rose growing out of concrete, and now you're about in full blossom, man. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to see.
That's right, and because I learn from listening. I listen more.
Yeah.
I do a lot of listening, and I watch things that feed my soul now, like your show, like your show have really like put me on a lot of things that I wasn't aware of.
Wow.
I matter of fact, I tried to hit you one night when you was live talking about the red heat, the red light.
Oh yeah, the red light therapy. Yeah,
the red light there. I tried to hit you that night. I was tuned in. I was like, "Are you serious?" Because I got a shoulder pain, and you said you used it and it helped you.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. You know, it's incredible. I'm going to use it tonight because I had a car accident and I got an injured disc in my back, and it was getting much better, but then it slipped when I was on vacation just now. Just got back, literally just landed. But I'm going to put it on my back tonight in infrared heat mode because it's penetrating deeper into the layers, just to help with some of the inflammation until I can get to a chiropractor. I'm going to use some stem, the red light therapy, and a couple of adjustments. I'll be right back on my feet again.
Get out of here. So you have because I wanted to ask you, like, what is the most effective red light therapy machine? Because I've seen a couple of them, but I just didn't know which one to choose.
We actually have one. We actually had an engineer design one and build one. This engineer used to work for one of the biggest red light therapy companies and then broke off to become his own. He designs sound resonance beds now. He designed these red light therapy machines for us and other technologies that we're working on as well. Different types of modalities that he's building, technological modalities to help people get better mentally and physically. And so this one we actually sell on my website, man. But when we get off of here, man, just tell me an address to send one to. I'll send one out to you.
Yes.
I got you, man. I got you. I got you. Don't worry, man.
Thank you, brother. Yeah. I really appreciate that, man.
No problem. My pleasure, man. My pleasure, man. You know, hopefully one day we can talk to your president, the young lady you were telling me about. That'd be great.
Absolutely.
Maybe, I know Meth is always busy, man, but you know, if we can get Meth on here one day, that'd be phenomenal too.
I definitely pass the word on to him, my brother.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I hope I ain't talked too long. I'm just very passionate because I know what it is to try to cut a show down right hours. So feel free to cut what you want, bro. I gotta have you on my show too. Like you know, LL is my big brother, and he have Rock the Bells Radio, and he actually gave me a slot last year, which did excellent. I just took like a couple of months off because I got to work this album. But y'all tune in to the Muddy Waters Rock the Bell show when I started back up, maybe in April or May, channel 43 on Sirius XM. Excuse me. And it's on LL station, Rock the Bells Radio, and I got to have you up there.
Hey, that'll be a blessing, bro. That would be a super blessing. I'm looking forward to that one.
Absolutely, brother.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, thanks for coming on here tonight, guys. It's been another great episode of the Forbidden Knowledge Podcast.
Yes.
We got Redman in the house.
Yes.
All right. Listen. The one and only unique voice out here, man. Listen, if I make an animated series, I'm going to hire you. I'm going to find your agent and book you, man.
Man, look, you got my number, bro. You just hit me direct. It's all in the paperwork. That's it.
Got you, bro. Got you. Because that, man, we're going to do something.
Don't mean to cut you off, but I just want to give you your flowers as well, man. Like you're doing such a great job in educating people and you know, bringing knowledge to your platform. Not a lot of people will take that chance and try to win that way. They always think they got to promote ignorance, but not you. You went the opposite route. I really love your channel, bro. I really love what you're doing for the people, and it's only a must that I give you your flowers as well, man. Keep up the great work. Keep on blowing up, man, and keep giving people the knowledge that they need, because your knowledge really feeds the soul. Like it really, because I know people that don't watch anything, but they like, yo, I like that Forbidden channel. I definitely with that. They tuned in. So great job, my brother.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I can't wait to hear this new album.
Oh, yeah. It's grown. I'm on my grown man. Everybody that's been waiting for this Muddy Water 2 album, I'm working my ass off, but I'm on my grown man And I'm giving y'all a meal. I'm not giving y'all a snack. I'm not even giving y'all a dinner. I'm giving y'all a full meal. I'm gonna have some songs on there, and y'all look out for it under Empire Records, Riverton Entertainment, and Gilla House Records.
All right. So, yeah. Fantastic.
Hey,
man, I'm gonna let you get back to work, man. I appreciate you again. And we'll hook up later. I'm gonna give you your information. We'll text me your information, and I'll make sure I get you that red light therapy machine.
Okay, and I'm gonna send you my. I'm gonna get that T-shirt ready. You just text me your sizes.
Yeah.
And I'll send that out, and I'll text you my address, brother.
Cool, man. Appreciate you, brother. Peace.
Salute.
Yeah. Later.